Hello collectors, and welcome to my review of the Ultra Act Dark Zagi. A Bandai Premium Webshop exclusive. Many collectors who missed pre-orders are now scrambling to pick this evil clone up on the aftermarket, but with some outlets charging $70 or more, many question if he's worth the pretty penny. Well, let's take a look and see whether or not he's worth adding into your collection. Being a Dark Ultra, it's very difficult to appreciate Dark Zagi's sculpt due to the dark coloration. The sculpt is rather nice, and it's shared with Ultraman Noah too. The abdomen sculpt is rather awesome, though you really can't make it out from a distance. The translucent plastic used on Dark Zagi is rather cool too. There's no paint slop to be found on mine, which is neat because those chaotic red lines are nice and crisp. Here's a look at the head where you can see those evil eyes staring straight into your soul. Down to the torso, the red mark on the chest is awesome, and it blends in well with the overall design. The arms are nicely sculpted, as you can see here, and the backside of Dark Zagi is nice too. Finally, a look at the legs, where you can see the red outlines of the sculpt marks right along here. When all is said and done, you don't need to worry about Dark Zagi when it comes to how he looks. Dark Zagi's articulation is pretty much everything you would expect from the Ultra Act line and more, because, just like the original Ultraman, the renewal of course, there's really nothing restricting his articulation at all. First up on this weirdo, we have the head articulation. And the head by itself, it seems like it's just on a hinge. And it looks like it's a pretty awesome hinge, because you can get Dark Zagi's head to look straight up. And the most movement that you get, because you saw me turning his head here and there, actually comes from the neck, which is really completely unrestricted. Out of all of the Ultra Acts I have, both Dark Zagi and Noah feature the best range of movement for the neck, which is sweet. So moving down to the shoulders, it is the typical configuration with a ball joint in the actual body itself, where the shoulders attach. And then in the actual shoulders, there is a hinge allowing you to move the arm up and down like so. You can raise it and lower it, though I guess there is a little bit of restriction because these shoulder pads here, they sort of block the arm there, but realistically speaking, you can just turn the arm to raise it up. But speaking of those shoulder pads, they are articulated a little bit. They have a ball joint, so you can move them. Now, there's a bicep swivel, as you should come to expect from this line. This is pretty nice. It's actually sort of angled, as you can see here. I'm spinning it around, and you can see the arm moving. Pretty weird, as opposed to a normal Ultra Act. And then you have the elbows. Double hinge, as usual. And then the wrists feature a double swivel in them, which allows you to spin them around. And then you have the hands, which, as usual, are attached on ball joints, so if you want to get just a little bit of movement out of the hands, you're going to be able to do so. Going to the main body of Dark Zagi here, we have an ab crunch. So you're going to be able to twist and turn him as much as you would like, and sort of going forward and a little bit more back. It's not too useful in terms of crunching forward, as you can see here, but as usual, that is where the waist joint comes into play, because, wow, you can get a lot of movement out of there. There's a huge gap there. So if you want to get Dark Zagi into a specific pose, don't worry, you're going to be able to do it. Moving down to the legs, as usual, inside of the hips, there is a pull-down hinge system, which allows you to raise and lower Dark Zagi's legs as you should so wish. And there is a ball joint attachment on the inside here, so you can spin the legs around in whatever direction you would please. And where there is a socket in the thigh, where the ball joints attach, there is a swivel, which allows you to move the legs like so. But do take note, for mine, I'm really going to try to show you here. As you can see, that swivel system is messed up, and this is like this for my Ultraman Noah 2. And it's not a major issue, but for some poses, it can be a bit of a pain to try to work around this dislocated swivel joint issue in the thigh. But aside from that, moving on to the rest of the articulation, as usual, there is a double knee joint, which bends nice and smooth here. And the ankles feature the same sort of joint found in the wrist, a double swivel, ball hinge, whatever you want to call it. And it pegs into the foot, so you're going to be able to get ankle rocker movement there. And then finally there is a toe hinge, but it's better to move the toe down than it is up, because as you can see here, there's no cut in the sculpt to accommodate the toe really being moved up. So as you can clearly see, this crazy Dark Ultra definitely does have the ability to be posed in pretty much any position you want, just as long as you have a little bit of creativity. When it comes to accessories, Dark Zagi comes with pretty much everything you would expect an action figure of the evil clone to come with. First up, a usual for the Ultra Act line, there is this small plastic part on his back, which all you have to do is just sort of pick at, and eventually it will come out, like so, and you'll notice there's a little hole in there. And you get this extra plastic piece here, which just simply plugs into Dark Zagi's back, like so, and you get a hole, which you can attach a Tamashii support arm to, like so, and now you can use a stand with Dark Zagi. In the hand department, well, Dark Zagi is pretty light. You get the default fists, you get a set of chopping hands, and you get a set of sort of splayed hands, but they're sort of maniacal, like they're going to grip something. And that's pretty much it, but swapping out the hands is really easy to do. All you have to do is grip the hand you want to swap, pull it off, and then take the new hand and just pop it on to the ball joint attached to the wrist, like so. The first effect part I'll talk about that Dark Zagi comes with would be the Lightning Zagi, as you can see here, and it looks pretty nice. It's made of a nice translucent purple plastic with a chopping hand molded into the initial burst, as you can see here. And there's some orange yellowish going on here in the middle of the beam. And attaching this to Dark Zagi is just as simple as it would be attaching on an extra hand, because, well, that's how you attach it. You just take the hand off of the left hand, just work it ever so gently so you don't break anything and so you don't hurt yourself, like so. And then all you have to do, just pose Dark Zagi as if he's firing it, like that. But he's not done with his accessories. The last effect part you get is this awesome beam clash effect part, or I guess you could technically say lightning clash effect part. Yeah, and it's pretty sweet because you get this support stand alongside it, which is easy to assemble. All you have to do is just plug it into the base here, this pole, and then at the bottom of the explosion part, you have a hole which the stand plugs in, and as you can see here, there is a hole for both the Lightning Zagi and Lightning Noah to go into. And to attach it, all you have to do is just line up the beam parts here, like so, and there you go. All you need is the good Noah on the other side here. So as you can see, Dark Zagi pretty much comes with everything you would need for the definitive Dark Zagi action figure. Maybe more options in the hands, but realistically speaking, there aren't too many other options Dark Zagi could come with. So overall, it's a nice package. If you're looking for a 6-inch scale Dark Zagi, I definitely have to recommend this one, as you'll soon see. First, for the size comparison, here is Dark Zagi alongside NECA's current Godzilla offerings. Here's Dark Zagi alongside NECA's Pacific Rim Series 1 Gypsy Danger and Series 3 Battle Damage Knifehead. Next up, Dark Zagi alongside some SH Monster Arts. Here's Dark Zagi alongside some Ultra Act Kaiju. And finally, Dark Zagi alongside all of those good Ultras. Quite outnumbered there. So as you can see, if you're looking for a good 6-inch representation of Dark Zagi, this is one you should definitely consider tracking down. So, buy it now, skip it, or wait for a deal. Sculpted well with paint to match, this evil clone of Noah looks awesome. You'll be able to pose Dark Zagi in pretty much any way you want. Really, there are no hindrances. Accessories are light, but they're critical to the character. If you like Dark Zagi, this is one release you won't want to pass up.